Today I'm gonna finish up creating the different bags for the back doors of the van. So I've got my dimensions laid out for my different pouches I'm gonna make. I'm making zipper pouches with a zipper across the top, a place to be able to Velcro on a label on the front so we know what's inside of each of the pouches. I'm making ones to hold our off coils and off coil holders, our outside lights, as well as our fire starters, and then also making a set of bags that'll actually attach to the Molle panel that are up top on the van doors versus the Velcro at the bottom. So we've got quick, easy access to those because we intend to store our Rumple blankets in those so that when it's cold at night, it's quick and easy to grab those and pull them on if it gets a little chilly while we're sleeping. So I'm gonna now start by cutting out all the pieces according to the dimensions that I've laid out for each of the bags. And then once I've completed that, I'll move on to sewing the individual pieces and panels together. So I've got everything cut out. I'm gonna start with making the bags for the Rumple blankets. The previous bags I made for the back panel had been square, so 4 sides and a base. To make sure that the blankets fit snugly within these pouches on the back door, I decided to go with a round design versus square. So I'm gonna get started with sewing the sides together for the length of the pouch, and then after I sew the sides together, I will sew them to the base, which is cut out round. And then once that's done, at the top of the pouch, I will finish it off with some cording. Now that I've gotten the base sewn on to the pouch for the bags, I'm going to use my trim attachment here and some bias tape to finish off the top edges of the bags. So for the last steps to finish off the 2 pouches for the blankets, since these are going to be attached to the Molle panel at the top of the door instead of to the Velcro panel I created on the bottom half, I need to sew a couple of straps on each that I already applied snaps to, so that we can then snap it to the Molle panel to hold them up. So once I attach these 2 straps to each of the bags, these bags will be complete. And now that the bags are complete, you can see how nicely the Rumple blanket fits inside the bag. So later today I'll go out and get these hung on the Molle panel in the back of the van. For creating the pouches that are zippered pouches, the way I'm sewing them, each of them have a zipper that runs from the side across the top and down to the second side. So the first step with sewing those pouches is to attach the zipper to each side of the strip that is going to go over the top of the bag. Now that I've attached the zipper to each side, the next step is to fold the zipper over and top stitch through the fabric and the zipper to give it a nice clean finish stitch. Now that each side of the zipper has been sewn and I've used the zipper to pull the two sides back together again, the next step is to sew the base, so basically the other side of the pouch to the zipper side, and then after that we'll go to sew the front and the back onto the pouch. Sewing the front and back panels to the sides and the zipper, I'm sewing on Velcro to the back of the pouch to allow it to stick to the Velcro panel I built for the back van door, and then a small piece of Velcro for the front to attach a tag with a label so that we know what's in each of these bags, since each of them are, you know, complete fabric and not see-through. So we can easily look, read the labels, and grab whatever we need. Now that I've sewn the Velcro on the back side of the pouches and the small Velcro on the front for the labels, I'm going to go around and sew the back and front panels to the sides with the zipper. front and the back sewn on. The final step to give a nice finish to the interior seams of the individual pouches, I'm using a 1-inch webbing to sew a finished edge across all of the seams. Once I've completed finishing all of the interior seams, the bag is complete, so we just need to inside it out. One of the other benefits with using the binding to finish the inside seams on the bags, it does give them very sturdy and pretty crisp corners on the bag. And as you remember, I sewed on the front a small piece of Velcro so that we could recognize what was in each of the bags. So I used my vinyl cutter, sewed some bias tape onto a little bit of Velcro, cut a vinyl iron-on label. So these are intended to be the bag for our outdoor lights, and I can just Velcro that on the front, and the bags are complete. As anybody that owns a Sprinter van knows, we have limited storage, limited space to keep the key supplies and key things we need. As we've been on some recent trips, we've learned that maybe we don't have the best storage solutions. Maybe we need some new storage solutions for different things. So we've been making some updates and changes from what I showed in previous videos. So let's take a look at what we've done. So let's look inside. During some of the previous videos, we showed you how we made panels for the bottom half of the doors out of Velcro, made these pouches to mount and hold our chairs and our tables. Since then, up at the top, we added a couple pouches to store our Rumple blankets. Our last trip was a little chilly, and we realized we had no convenient way to access those when the bed was down. So by holding them up there, we can quickly grab them when we have a chilly night. So on this side, you'll notice there's a couple additions here from the last time we filmed. I made pouches to store different things like our off coils and our fire starter supplies. And then because we can't see through the Cordura fabric, I made labels using my vinyl cutter to make sure we understood what was in each of the pouches. So the last pouch I made was to store our outdoor lights. So as you can see, the back is Velcro. I can easily just Velcro that onto the panel and then load it up with our outdoor camp lights. And as we continue to use this, because it's Velcro, we can continue to modify and change to optimize our storage solutions.